Conservative new media viewers, LA Lakers fans around the world, JLin fans around the world. What's up? It's me, PFV, Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. I'm back after a 2-game absence, which coincided with JLin also missing 2 games due to a sinus infection that might still be lingering a little bit. And we're here to discuss the Lakers' 113-92 defeat tonight to the New Orleans Pelicans at Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. With the loss, the Lakers fall to 20-54 on the season. The Pelicans improved to 40-34 with the victory. What happened in the game was that the Lakers got out to a very hot start. They scored 31 points in the first quarter compared with just 29 for the Pelicans. But after that, New Orleans defense locked in, and the Lakers would not score more than 22 points in any of the remaining 3 quarters, and the Pelicans just kind of ran away with things, basically, from the second quarter on. It's not surprising. I think the Pelicans actually, they have a very balanced, strong roster right now, except that they're missing their starting point guard, Jrue Holiday, who has been out with an injury for quite some time. Besides that, I really like the Pelicans' team makeup. They're still struggling in terms to make the playoffs. They're behind Oklahoma City right now by like a game and a half, but I think they got a real chance to make the playoffs, just based upon what they're doing. I don't know their schedule. I don't know Oklahoma City's schedule. But Oklahoma City is hurting right now in terms of injuries. And the Pelicans are kind of starting to peak right at the right time, although I know they lost a couple games before tonight. So they're just a better team than the Lakers are, particularly at this point in time. So I'm not really surprised by what happened or how it happened. Okay, let's go over some stats quickly. Anthony Davis led the Pelicans with 20 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Tyreke Evans, 16 points, 8 assists. Ryan Anderson, who just returned from injury himself, 17 points, 3 rebounds. Norris Cole, 17 points, 4 assists. I really like that the Pelicans picked him up. I think he's a good player, particularly on defense, and they needed point guard depth, and he certainly helps out in that regard. Turning to the Lakers had 6 players in double figures tonight scoring. Tarik Black, 16 points, 3 rebounds. Ryan Kelly, 12 points, 3 assists. Jordan Clarkson, who had an excellent game tonight, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists. Jordan had a chance to get a triple-double tonight, which I don't know if Byron Scott knew that when he took Jordan out of the game with about 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Would have been pretty cool to see him get it, but it's not a big deal that he didn't get it. Jordan Hill off the bench, 10 points, 7 rebounds. Wayne Ellington off the bench, 11 points. It looked like Wayne Ellington hurt his shoulder late in the game, and he was kind of rubbing it and adjusting it. And I hope that's not a bad injury. It looked like he dove on the floor at one point, and I wouldn't be surprised if he hurt it and if I missed some time, but I hope that's not the case. JLin, 10 points in 28 minutes played. He shot 3 of 10 from the field. He took no 3-point attempts in the game. 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 0 block shots, 0 turnovers, 1 personal foul. Jeremy's plus-minus was a -11, which actually was one of the better plus-minuses on the team because this was a blowout. And that's just kind of how it went. The game was not a sellout, so the LA fans have done pretty well, I thought, to kind of hang in and support the team and sell out the games for most of the contests this season. But as we're trickling down here towards the very end of the season, you're starting to see some of these games coming up short of a sellout. And that's not a real surprise. How did Jeremy play? Jeremy, in his first stint, struggled with his shooting. He just, it's not even fair to say he struggled necessarily. A couple of his shots were blocked at the rim. One by Anthony Davis and another one by Omer Asik, of course, Jeremy's former teammate in Houston. So if those two shots don't get blocked, then he's probably 5 for 10 in this game shooting, which is 50%, which is great. He did miss a couple of shots very close to the rim. I think what happened on those shots was he was concerned about where the shot blockers were. Like on one play, he was literally about 5 feet from the basket, and Omer Asik was in front of him, but I was thinking he was wondering where Anthony Davis was. Like if Anthony Davis going to come in and block the shot. So there were a couple little missed shots there. Okay. But then he came in midway through the fourth quarter. So when Byron Scott sat down Jordan Clarkson, he put in JLin. And at that point, Jeremy drew several fouls and he hit at least one shot. Maybe, one shot. And so he was very efficient in the fourth quarter. That was definitely his best quarter of the game. And it was good to see him finish the night on a strong note because he was a little bit shaky early. And honestly, it just looked like he hadn't fully recovered from the sickness. Just looked a little bit unsteady. Legs looked a little weak. He maybe was a step slow, some of his things. But overall, even though his PER will go down in this game, he had no turnovers, which will help his averages. He played good defense. He had a couple of assists, so he's running the offense. And I thought he didn't force anything. Earlier in the game when he was trying to make layups and stuff, he was just trying to attack the defense, but not in a way like he was forcing things in a bad way. So I thought overall he played pretty well. Particularly he closed the game well. And that should carry over into the next game, which is going to take place in a couple of days. So overall, I thought Jeremy did pretty solidly in his first game back after missing the 2 games with the illness. Okay, let's talk about what was going on leading up to the game. As I mentioned, Jeremy had been out 2 games because of being sick. There were some recent articles, I guess, by ESPN and by the Kamensky brothers on Lakers Nation, or one of the Kamensky brothers, talking about Jeremy. And so there's all this discussion, where is he ranked? He's ranked number 28 of point guards by ESPN, and he's ranked 4 spots behind Patrick Beverley. And one of the Kamensky brothers is saying that Jeremy can't be top 5 in the point guard. Look, I just don't get too caught up in any of that stuff. You have to understand, columns and articles are written to drive hits a lot of times. In other words, you need content. You need something to talk about and something to discuss. And I'm not trying to smear or put down ESPN or the Kamenskys. I actually like the Kamenskys brothers in terms of their Lakers coverage. Are any of those, are the Kamenskys or is ESPN like somebody that's really an expert on JLin? No, they're not. They're not somebody who's monitoring Jeremy like day to day. So I take what is said by those people kind of like with a grain of salt. I'm not saying sure, they could be more fair to Jeremy. They could be more optimistic, but it doesn't make any difference. I mean, the general managers and the talent evaluators around the league aren't going to the Kamensky brothers or ESPN's article on point guards to decide who they're going to sign. So it really doesn't have an effect. Now, it does have an effect on the narrative and stuff, but Jeremy's playing really well since Linsanity Prime, which occurred right before the All-Star break. So what is said in these things, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't make a big difference. So that's kind of the way I approach it. I mean, you can't fight all the battles at one time. So it's like, okay, these people writing this stuff, it's not the most flattering thing. Yeah, we could correct it and everything, but we don't have to worry about everything all at the same period of time. The thing that matters to me is that Jeremy keeps playing the way he's been playing, and then everything else will work itself out. Okay? Finally, coming into this game, Jordan Clarkson had been playing well. So that had been taking a lot of attention, and Jordan continued to play well tonight. Look, I like Jordan. Jordan and Jeremy like each other. They play well together, similarly to how Jeremy played with Patrick Beverley at the same time in Houston last year and the year before. But good for Jordan. I mean, I think it's more and more likely that Jeremy is not going to be in LA next year. There's a whole bunch of, the Lakers just signed Jabari Brown to a deal. So the backcourt's getting pretty congested in Laker land right now. So, look, if Jordan's part of their future plans and Jeremy maybe is going to go somewhere else, that's fine. Good for Jordan. But I'm not threatened by Jordan Clarkson. Jeremy's fine. He's doing his thing. And that's it. We've only got whatever it is, 8 games left now after tonight. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. There will be people who want to hype up Jordan to make Jeremy look bad, but don't worry about those individuals. Somebody was trolling me on Twitter tonight, one of the Lin haters, but just ignore them and we move on. Okay, let's talk about what happened in the game specifically. Just some quick little quarter-by-quarter stuff here. Jeremy had a nice play very early in the game. He beat Eric Gordon, who was guarding him. Eric Gordon was guarding Jeremy. Jeremy beat him off the dribble. He drove in on the left side of the paint. Omer Asik came out to meet him to try to stop his penetration. And then Jeremy basically went around Omer Asik, and he went under the rim and did a reverse on the right side of the basket. It was just a beautiful play. That is what is known as using the rim as a shield. So the rim helps you against the shot blocker because the shot blocker can't block the shot through the rim. So it's like the rim is between you and the shot blocker, and it stops the shot blocker from getting your shot. That's exactly what Jeremy did. That's why he did it that way, and it was just a nice play. Okay, then Jeremy he missed his first shot of the game. It's about a 14-foot jump shot, and he caught it with a low shot clock, like he had to make something happen. So he shot the ball, and I could tell as soon as he shot it that he wasn't sure about how to shoot it. Like it was a shot that, like, if he had to shoot it again, he might shoot it off the glass. But it looked like he wasn't sure whether he wanted to shoot it off the glass or if he wanted to shoot it straight on. And so it was kind of like an in-between. It was a brick. So, but again, he didn't have much time. He just had to make a decision, and that's what happened. Let's see. Okay. Jeremy came out of the game with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first quarter. At that point, the Lakers were leading 18-14, so Jeremy was done then for the first quarter. Jordan Clarkson was doing really, really well. He had a monster first quarter, so that was wasn't a lot of space for Jeremy to do too much at that point in time, and that's fine. Jeremy began the second quarter on the court. Jordan was off the court resting, as Jordan had played the entire first quarter. Then Jeremy scored a little short shot in the paint. I didn't see it. I just heard the announcer describe it. Then he had a blown assist. Then I made the note that Norris Cole was burning the Lakers. He was doing well against the Lakers, but Jeremy wasn't playing him. I'm not sure. It might have been Jabari Brown or Wayne Ellington playing him at that time, but Norris Cole had a good night against the Lakers, and they really didn't do much to slow him down. Okay. Then, still early in, moving on to middle of the second, Jeremy then had an air ball, which he had to shoot it really high arcing over Norris Cole. This was another shot that he had to take with the shot clock down low. So he just had to force the ball up. It landed maybe about a foot short of the rim, but I think either Jordan Hill or Tariq Black just grabbed the ball and dunked it. So it essentially became a pass, even though it was recorded as a missed shot attempt for Jeremy. So 2 of his misses already were on low shot clock shots, where he got the ball and he had to shoot it. So it's hard to take too much of a umbrage with that type of a miss. Okay. Then, third miss for Jeremy of the night was he was coming down the left side of the lane. He had beaten his man cleanly. He went up for a layup, and Anthony Davis just appeared out of nowhere and swoop. And the crowd's like, ooh. Because, that's Anthony Davis can block shots that most people can't block. So you have to adjust for that. And you don't really understand it until you play against it. And then you realize, I can't do these things that I'm used to doing against other guys. So Anthony's just a different level of athlete than pretty much almost anybody else in the NBA, particularly as a shot blocker. So that was, at that point in time, Jeremy was 2 for 5. Look, that's what Anthony Davis does. That's why he's who he is. Then he had his first assist of the game. He passed the ball to Ryan Kelly. Ryan Kelly made a fake against Anthony Davis, and then kind of stepped around him, hit a short little jumper off of the glass. But Jeremy still got credit for the assist, which I think was the correct decision. Then late in second, Jeremy had a nice hockey assist. He passed the ball to Wes Johnson. Wes Johnson passed the ball forward to Tariq Black. So that was kind of that was a hockey assist for Jeremy. It ended up in a dunk. Then I'm going to note that the Lakers were moving well without the ball. And this is something that some observers have said, and I know Byron Scott has complained about, that they have not been good at this year. And I agree with that. They have not been good at it, but they definitely look good on it tonight, particularly early in the game. What this says to me is that the Lakers are starting to pick up the nuances of Byron Scott's offense. And this makes sense. You have a young team, a lot of new pieces on the team, new coach, new system, and they're starting to get it a little bit more all of the time. And that's what it's supposed to look like. It still might not be the best system in the world. We call it dinosaur basketball, kind of like, not modern basketball. But it can look better than what it's looked like earlier in the year, and it looks better when guys are moving without the ball. And they were doing that tonight, and it definitely made the offense look a lot improved over what it looked like earlier in the season. Okay, then Jeremy missed his 5th shot of the game, and this was another layup attempt, and it was blocked by Omer Asik. So at this point in the game, Jeremy was 2 of 7 from the field, and this was once again a low shot clock. So look, Jeremy shot the shots. He missed some. He got them blocked, but he wasn't put in great positions on these shots, and he's going against 2 very good shot blockers, and Anthony Davis and Omer Asik. So it is what it is. That's what happened. Jeremy came out of the game with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left. Late in the second quarter, he was substituted for Jordan Clarkson. Okay, now moving on to the third. Jeremy began the third quarter as he started the game, so he started the third quarter as well. He had his second assist to Ryan Kelly. This was the second assist for Jeremy in the game, and it was also his second assist to Ryan Kelly, who hit another jump shot. Ryan was he was effective tonight. And the Lakers were trying to go to him to occupy Anthony Davis because Ryan Kelly's a power forward and Anthony Davis is a power forward. And so what they wanted to do was they wanted to get Davis away from the basket and make him have to play somebody. And then if guys moved without the ball, then the basket would be unoccupied. Well, unoccupied except for Omer Asik. That's the luxury you have when you have two shot blockers on a unit like the Pelicans do. So, but the strategy was sound. If you can take Anthony Davis away from the basket when you're on offense, that's what you want to do. Okay? Then Jeremy, excuse me, he was driving to the basket, and Eric Gordon reached behind him to try to pick the ball away, and Jeremy wasn't happy about it. The ball did get away from him, but Jeremy was pretty sure that he got fouled on the play, and he let the referee know it with the kind of a loud, hey. The ball ended up going to the Lakers, so it wasn't a turnover on Jeremy. So that was good, and maybe that was the just outcome based upon Jeremy feeling like he got fouled. Now Jeremy missed his sixth shot of the game. This was an air ball on a floater from about 5 feet away from the basket. As I mentioned this shot earlier. This is where Jeremy believed that Anthony Davis might be lurking around him. That's what it looked like. He looked hesitant on the shot. And Anthony Davis was on his side of the court, but he was behind Jeremy. And I think Jeremy was concerned about where he was. And that's the effect that a great shot blocker will have on you. Not only do they block shots, they alter shots, and they make guys think a lot. And I think that's what happened on that particular play to Jeremy. Now, right after that play, Jeremy got mad in a good way. Because when he missed the shot, and the crowd's like, oh, they were kind of getting on Jeremy a little bit. Then Jeremy got upset. So what did he do? He got a steal. And then he went back on the other side of the court, and he went right at Eric Gordon and got fouled. And he almost scored on and one as well. So took 2 free throws, missed the first one, made the second one. We've talked about this before, getting your get back, or however you want to call it. If you go in, you make a play you're not happy about, then make a play that you want to make. And that's exactly what Jeremy did. Okay, had a little air ball, not so great, so I'm going to go get a steal, and I'm going to get fouled and kind of restore the balance of things for myself. And that was great. I love that Jeremy responded in that way. He handled it immediately rather than letting negativity build up. Soon after that, he was fouled again by Eric Gordon. This time there were no shots, so Jeremy was like dribbling out on the perimeter, but he was staying aggressive. That's good. Like I said, he started the game tough. I mean, at this point in the game, he's 2 for 8. But then he recovered. Then he changed the shape of the game for himself to a positive way. And that's what we want to see. Okay. Middle of the third, he again missed a fairly short shot in the lane. He had gotten an offensive rebound, and he was putting the ball back up. And then the crowd groaned again, like, oh, which I thought was a little like, why are you groaning like that? Give me a break here. This shot was about a 12-footer. Again, he had gotten the offensive rebound. He was maybe a step or two inside of the free throw line, shading toward the left side. And he just put it back up, and it was off. Stu Lance, the Laker commentator, said Jeremy should use the backboard on that shot, and he's probably right. You have a higher percentage of it going in if you use the backboard on that play. But look, I mean, he did what he could. But at that point in time, Jeremy was 2 of 9 from the field. So everything else he was doing was good. The ball wasn't going in when he was shooting it, and he was taking some shots under duress. Okay. Now, I also made a note that said Jeremy's short on his shots. So somebody mentioned that he had looked like he was limping earlier in the game. The last game that Jeremy played, which I believe was against Toronto, he was off on his shots in that game. I mean, his legs are probably a little tired. I think the shots were short, some of them. Now, it's possible that the sinus infection, the upper respiratory infection that he has had is kind of taking some of his strength away, like maybe taking away some of the leg strength. I'm not sure, because we were seeing something similar tonight, although I don't know if it's leg strength or he's just nervous about the shot blockers. Not really sure. Jeremy came out of the game for Jabari Brown, I believe, with 6 minutes, somewhere around 6 minutes or something left. 6 minutes and 56 seconds left in the third quarter, I believe. He wasn't doing that great. It didn't seem like, at least on offense, I think Byron wanted to kind of change things up a little bit, see what he got, and so he came out at that time, and it didn't have any effect. I mean, the Lakers at this point were getting pounded, and it didn't matter if it was Jeremy in or Jordan or Wayne Ellington or Jabari Brown. It just, the pounding was going to continue, and that's what it did. Moving on to the fourth quarter, early in the fourth, the Pelicans went up by 25 points. Jeremy was on the bench to start the fourth quarter, so it looked like his night might be done since he seemed to be struggling a little bit. Then, as I mentioned, Byron Scott pulled Jordan Clarkson out of the game, even though Jordan Clarkson was now only 3 rebounds away from a triple-double. 18 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists. I will say this. I was surprised Byron took him out of the game. Jordan was having trouble guarding Norris Cole at this point in the game. It wasn't all his fault. They were using screens to kind of get Norris free, but Norris was getting some baskets at this point in time. Maybe Byron didn't like that. Byron, again, is more of a defensive-minded coach, so if he doesn't think you're playing defense like he wants you to, then you might get pulled. So I don't know if that's what happened. I didn't hear Byron after the game, but that was the one factor that was taking place at this point in the game that could have contributed to Jordan Clarkson coming out of the game at that point in time. So Jeremy came in and he went right to work. He had a quick assist, his third assist and final assist of the game, to a Carlos Boozer made jump shot. Then he had a blown assist, which was his third of the game. This was for a Jordan Hill missed jump shot. Moving on to late in the fourth, Jeremy was playing excellent defense at this time. He forced a Norris Cole missed three-pointer. He also was playing some good help defense. Then he had his third and final score of the game. He drove against Tyreke Evans, and he did the move where he drives and then he stops. And he basically faked, he did a ball fake, meaning he put the ball up like he was going to go for a shot. But he just faked it in. Tyreke Evans basically went for the shot block and kind of flew by Jeremy. Then Jeremy basically had a wide open shot from about 2 feet, and he just easily put it in. Then he got fouled 2 times quickly in a very short period of time. First, he was fouled and kind of jumped into Jeff Withey, who was the third-string center. Got 2 free throws, made both of them. Then he was fouled again. I can't remember who he was fouled by. Similar thing. Jeremy's good at getting fouled. When he wants to get fouled, he's good at getting fouled. And that's basically what he did here. He made up his mind like he was going to score some points and just draw fouls. And that's what he did. 2 more free throws, missed the first, made the second. That put him at 10 points, got him to double figures for the game. And basically, that's kind of how we ended, just kind of coasted in with New Orleans maintaining a 20-plus point lead, and they ended up winning by 21 points. So, just to kind of wrap things up here, expected loss, no surprises. Lakers are back on the tank train after the win over the Philadelphia 76ers. Jeremy, not his best, but a lot of the shots that he missed were either blocked or they were low on the shot clock, and he had to take a shot. So really, I'm pretty pleased with this performance. And what I liked about it the best is he didn't force anything, so no turnovers, and he finished strong. When he had the chance to kind of turn things around in the third and the fourth quarters, he did that. So I think that points towards a better outing coming up in the next game and games to come. So this is, overall, I think this was a strong return to action for Jeremy. Let's talk about the next game coming up for the Lakers. The game will take place here in the United States on Friday, April 3rd. So it's 2 days from now. And let me see here. Who are they going to play? They're going to play the Portland Trail Blazers, who are coming off of a home loss tonight. And I can tell you right now that Portland's going to come in looking to destroy the Lakers just because they need to for the playoff positioning. They just lost at home tonight to the Los Angeles Clippers. So the next 3 games for the Lakers are going to be very tough. They're playing Portland, then they're playing the Clippers back-to-back games. And we could see some lopsided scores, particularly in the Clippers games, just because, the Lakers are the easy mark. And these teams that are in the playoff chase, positioning chase, they need wins. And they're not going to let up against the Lakers. Particularly, I know the Clippers aren't going to let up because they love beating the Lakers when they can. Okay, so Friday, April 3rd, at Staples Center against the Portland Trail Blazers. That game will take place at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time. And that means the game will take place on Saturday, April 4th at 10:30 a.m. in China, Taiwan, and in the Philippines. Now, here in the United States, the game will be shown on ESPN television. So, look, hopefully Jeremy's feeling even better from the sinus infection for that game. And it's going to be on TV, and a bunch of people will be able to check it out. In fact, I'm looking at the Lakers schedule right now, and several of their games that are remaining for this season are going to be on national TV. That ESPN game, I see a game on TNT and a couple games on NBA TV. So look, hopefully Jeremy and the team will be able to finish up strong. Lakers just came up against a motivated team tonight that's better than them. And that's what it was. And the Pelicans are fighting for their playoff existence. And they showed it. They played relaxed in the first quarter, kind of lackadaisical, and then they tightened up considerably, particularly on defense. That's it for now, so thumbs up, thumbs down. Your comments below. I want to thank Gary Chen for the artwork you're looking at right now. Gary is a member of the Jeremy Only Lynn Garden fan group, and we appreciate all that he has done for us and all that Jeremy Only Lynn Garden has done for us as well. You'll find more information about Gary in the video description below the video player. Check him out on Facebook. And you also find more information about Jeremy Only Lynn Garden Group as well. Also in the video description, highlights information about this game, so you can go check that out. And finally in the video description, information so you can come and join the Conservative Media Facebook group, and how you can come and follow us on Twitter. We love interacting with people on Twitter. We do it a lot of times during the games, and of course, when the games are not going on. And we'd love to have you come and follow us on there so we can talk with you as well. Once again, I am PFV Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. Thanks a lot for watching Conservative New Media. We strive to be the #1 Jeremy Lin YouTube fan channel. A successful night for Jeremy Lin. The team got some more experience. Jordan Clarkson continued his strong performances. I love the way Tarek Black played tonight. Played great. So pretty much everything we wanted to see happened tonight. If you're a Lakers fan, the team tanked. The team lost. Clarkson played well. Tarek Black played well. If you're a JLin fan, Jeremy got back into action. Had a little bit of a struggle at first. Then he played well. And he finished out the game well. And he's hopefully getting better and better from the illness. And we're looking for even better things coming up against Portland on Friday. So I will take it. I will take it. And I definitely count this as Linsanity Prime because 0 turnovers. And he did not force the action, but he was still able to get double-figure scoring, and he just was able to get back on the court after being sick. So onwards and upwards. Let's move forward to the Friday game. Hopefully Jeremy will feel good tomorrow after playing in this game, and let's take it from there, okay? That is it for now. Hope you're all having a great night or great day wherever you are around the world when you check out this video. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. We'll look for you in the comments. Let me just say, Ronnie Chan from Hong Kong, good to see you, man. I was not able to reply to your comment in the video that you left recently. Just sometimes some of the comments, like it won't give me the option to reply to them. So I gave you a thumbs up. You probably saw that, but just in case you didn't, it's good to see you. It's nice to know you're still out there. And yep, you're still there, and I'm still doing my thing. So hope you and all the Hong Kong basketball crew is enjoying the season and everything that J-Lin's doing. So, okay, have a great day or night, and we will talk to you again soon.